Hey guys, we have a transformative and jam-packed week full of planetary transits. We have a lot going on. Venus is leaving Gemini and going into Cancer, so this is going to shift the tone for what we want romantically, finance-wise, and our confidence. Our approach goes from a leave your options wide open to wanting something more solid, wanting something more committal, and something that fulfills us emotionally with Venus and Cancer. And speaking of Venus, this is another week where Venus will make a majority of the alignments, which will have us focusing on Venus things. It's going to have us focusing on our love lives. It's going to have us focusing on finances. It's going to have us focusing on our confidence and what we value overall. And Mercury will make up the majority of alignments as well. So we have another week of a mix of Venus and Mercury. So this is going to put focus on our communication, our inner dialogue, and the way we absorb information. In terms of the vibes this week, it's another edgy week. We have a mix of alignments. It's mixed bag. We have some stuff that's fun. We have some stuff that's uncomfortable. So we're going to see things intersecting each other on this chart. The social vibes are going to be a little bit low this week, although there will be social situations, but I'm seeing some solitude energy in the beginning of the week, intersecting emotional sensitivity, which is going to be going on from the 11th all the way up until about the 14th, mixed in with mental energy, mixed in with romantic energy. So this could have a lot to do with dealing with certain things in relationships where we feel disappointed and we're needing more. We could be in our heads and feeling extra sensitive and just want some time to ourselves, and really just focus on being solid and feeling grounded. With the romantic energy, there are some sweet spots there. There definitely will be some moments where passion is revved up and relationship stuff is good. It just is mixed in with some harder energy, so you could feel like you're fluctuating on that day throughout the week. And by the time we get to the weekend, there are some social energies. There's a steady stream of mental energy. Even if it's a little bit low, it's still more mentally focused, but maybe inwardly. Even with some of the social stuff that's coming up and the family and friends energy, we still could want moments to ourselves. And there's some psychic energy. There's some imagination and confusion. So psychically, we may be a sponge, we may be receptive to other people's energies, but we also may feel uncomfortable as a result of other people's energies. So this week is going to be interesting. Let's look at the next bunch of days and see what we can expect. As a reminder, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps this channel grow. And if you'd like to support the work of this channel, you could do so by buying me a fresh cup of coffee. There's a link in the description box below. On the 12th, Venus is making a trine with Saturn. So Venus and Saturn getting together in this trine is great for committing yourself to certain situations that require you to be in it for the long haul. So if there's someone that you're looking to do long term when it comes down to your love life, when it comes down to career, and a few other things, this is going to be amazing for that because things seem to flow very easily with this. So if you're committing to signing contracts or doing any paperwork, this is going to be great for that. With Venus still being in Gemini, this could be about details of a contract, and it ends up going well, it ends up going in your favor, resulting in you being ready to invest your time. This is also great for romantic relationships, healthy romantic relationships. So if you're in a dating situation and it looks as though things are building, you are seeing progress, this could bring things to further progress. In other words, this could be about cementing the relationship, putting a label on things if you're seeing someone and you guys are really connected and everything is going well. So this could happen within that area of your love life. In already committed relationships, this could be about taking your relationship to the next level. And this could be situations where people just move in with each other. This could be situations where people get engaged. I'm not saying people are going to all of a sudden get engaged once this happens, but it can happen. Or, just reaffirming your commitment with someone, getting closer with your partner and really knowing that this is somewhere you want to be for the long haul. And this is a lovely energy for stabilizing things when it comes down to finances. So this could be a time where you're ready to make an investment that's going to help you financially. You're locking down a career that you can see yourself doing for a long time, or you're hearing back from jobs that offer real stability. So this is amazing energy for just settling down in various different areas of your life, becoming stable, or getting to a starting point where you're building some sort of stability in your personal life or your finances, career, and things like that. And one more thing about relationships, this is also great for meeting someone new that has potential to be someone that you're going to be with in the long run. So it could push out that kind of energy for someone who's going to end up being solid in your life one day. This is a lovely energy. Let's soak this one up as much as we can, because when we get to the 13th, we'll have a Venus alignment that can make things uncomfortable relationship-wise. At least on that day, we do have Mercury making a sextile Uranus, which can help with clarity. It could help with us thinking outside the box and having these moments, these strokes of genius, these breakthrough moments when it comes down to our mental state and problems that we've been trying to solve for quite some time. This is great for seeing things from a different angle, so that way we're able to tackle it and make it more manageable for ourselves, or again, get out of stagnation. Mentally, this is very stimulating when it comes down to intellect and conversation. So socially, even with some of that solitude energy, we still have that mental energy, which is involving Mercury here. We could break out of some of that solitude energy and actually engage in conversation that's worth our time. Also, this creates unexpected communication from people that we actually like. This is very different than the one I was talking about a week ago, where, you know, it was a hard Mercury alignment, so it's generally not the people that we want to speak to. This one brings in people we want to speak to. This one brings in old friends. This one brings in potential new friends and things like that. So it is lovely energy. And also, this is great for hearing unexpected news in a good way. So there could be unexpected news in the sense of just innovations in something, or unexpected news that goes in your favor. So hopefully this energy carries us throughout the day, because that same day Venus is making a square with Neptune. While Venus is in the last few degrees of Gemini, it is making some uncomfortable alignments over the next couple of days. The Saturn part was great. As we're hitting Neptune and then the next few days Pluto, this is going to definitely rev up certain issues within relationships. With the Neptune stuff, this is about accepting the truth of a situation that we weren't accepting. In other words, a situation that we might have been in denial about, something that we let slide that we shouldn't have in a relationship, sweeping things under the rug, ignoring the elephant in the room, seeking relationships with people who are emotionally unavailable or romantically unavailable for so many various reasons. So this energy can be kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it helps us break through and see things for what they are, so that way we can face them and start working on moving forward. Obviously not overnight things, because these things aren't overnight when they do happen. And also with Neptune being retrograde, this could be a situation that we overlooked 3 months back when Neptune went into shadow, that now we're having to work through when it comes down to our love life. Also our finances as well. There could have been things that we overlooked and let slide when it comes down to that as well. So this energy is asking us to work on where we're not realistic when it comes down to love and money. This also is asking us to work on self-sabotage or issues with worth and building up our self-esteem, and also just looking at what we're sacrificing in order to be in this relationship or this career situation. So this will definitely be an alignment where you have to assess your values and make a game plan for yourself, so that way you're moving forward from these situations. By the time we get to the 15th, Venus is making a quincunx with Pluto. This is one of those things where we deal with control in relationships. Venus is still connected to Neptune, even though it's a separating square at this point, but it also combined with Pluto, this can also cause more issues in terms of letting others dominate you. Because Venus is still connected to that Neptune, it shows where we might be a pushover when it comes down to certain things. But now with the quincunx to Pluto, it can manifest in a way where we're being dominated by other people. So this could bring to our awareness that we're having to stand up for ourselves in situations that we haven't been standing up for ourselves in, or finding healthy ways to express our disappointment. This could also bring up built-up resentment in relationships. It doesn't always have to be dominant situations, but built-up resentment that comes out in a way that's intense. This tends to bring up jealousy and paranoia within relationships as well, which could result in power struggles and things like that, or just very argumentative situations. And again, this is going to show us where we need to make these changes, so that way we can be in a healthy relationship that doesn't bring this type of toxicity. It could also bring up toxicity when it comes to work, where you're dealing with a work situation with a controlling boss, or situations where you're dealing with someone, possibly family members, that are holding finances over your head. Especially with Venus being in the late degrees of Gemini, sometimes we deal with immediate family with that, generally siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles. So that could bring up those types of issues with family or a spouse. So do the best you can when these energies hit. Saturday could be a day that feels heavier than normal communication-wise, and when it comes down to our ego. The Sun's going to make a quincunx with Saturn, and Mercury's going to make a quincunx with Saturn. With the Sun making a quincunx with Saturn, this could cause us to feel more deflated than normal when it comes down to our confidence. So our confidence could definitely fluctuate within this energy. We could feel heavy. We could feel as though we're not necessarily getting what we deserve, getting what we need, getting the validation we deserve, getting the recognition we deserve. This causes us to question our approach to things. This causes us to question if people like us for who we are and things like that. So it's quite a heavy energy as a result. This could cause us to feel numb and kind of disassociate a bit. So we aren't connecting to our emotions. So due to this, you could be shut down emotionally and just not wanting to think about things because it feels disappointing. And anytime I see things with Saturn, anytime I see things with Sun, Saturn, I will always say this. A lot of the time, these feelings pass, which, this is not to diminish the way someone's feeling, because this is not a good feeling at all. I will say, though, your hard work will pay off. The right people will notice you, and those who deserve to know you will be in your corner one day. So try to find ways to build yourself up the best way you can. And on that same day, Mercury is making a quincunx with Saturn, which is also another alignment where you just don't feel like dealing with people. There's social vibes for the weekend. However, there is some stuff in the air, and this is one of them. This is one of those where, again, you're shutting down. You're not wanting to deal with people. You're not wanting to deal with your emotions. You might need some space to yourself, and you're just not wanting to bombard people with what you're thinking and your problems, which, you have to talk to people when you feel comfortable, and it's a hard thing to come forward and talk about your stuff. But if there's a way to release a lot of these stuck thoughts and emotions, then do it in the easiest way you can, or really in a way that makes you comfortable if you are needing to talk to someone instead of isolating yourself. But this will definitely be a day to care for your needs, care for, the way you're feeling, get past a lot of stressors that you might have in your head. Over this week, we've had like 3 quincunxes. We're about to hit quincunxes with the way the planets are starting to separate. And with quincunxes, especially with this week having 3, it tends to make us feel like walking contradictions. And also, we tend to miss our blind spots or ignore better methods to blend our energies together so that way we have harmony. So this week has definitely been heavy for that type of energy. Sunday is definitely a mixed bag of alignments, from fun to intense. Mercury will make a conjunction with the Sun, which could give us a nice boost that we need. Unlike the alignment we had with Saturn and the Sun, this one can give us a confidence boost. This one is a power-up energy. When Mercury gets close to the heart of the Sun, it's called a cazimi. You call it a conjunction as well, but it is one of those alignments that helps boost us. So if we've been feeling off kilter, this is like a reset. This is like a recharge. Mentally, if we felt like we were in a rut, could help us break out of stagnation. So we could feel social again. We could feel like ourselves again. We could have strokes of genius, and we could just seek out mental stimulation on this day because of this energy. That same day, Venus goes into Cancer. We're leaving the leave your options open vibes of Venus and Gemini and going into a more committal approach when it comes down to our love lives and career and financial situations. One of the cool things about this is Cancer season may be close to over within the next week or so, but at least we have this alignment going on, this configuration with Venus and Cancer, because it gives us more vibes from this sign. Romantically, this is going to be great if you're looking for something serious, if you're single and you're wanting something more stable, if you're kind of over the rat race when it comes down to dating. Venus and Cancer tends to bring those types of people in that are looking for emotional stability, who are looking for a relationship that's filled with substance and something that's going somewhere rather than something that's just a casual fling. This is one of the Venuses where casual flings need not apply, because that's just not how Venus and Cancer works. Venus and Cancer definitely gives us the need for emotional stability and someone we can count on romantically. So dating wise, this could be a time where you're putting your focus on finding someone who's worth your time, finding someone who's just not, for a good time, someone who's actually there for the long haul, something that can be more than just Netflix and chill. So this energy is good for helping you say no to those types of people. Even if those types of people are fun for the moment, this is going to be one of those times where you're just not interested in that sort of thing. Dating wise, or people who are in relationships, this could be a time where things are getting very sentimental, things are getting mushy. You're expressing your feelings, your partner is expressing your feelings more, they're being more compassionate, along with being just emotionally available, being vulnerable within the relationship, having deep emotional talks that are healthy, feeling like you're connecting on an emotional level when it comes to intimacy, doing little things for each other. This brings in that sentimental side of people. So this could be just picking up little gifts and thoughtful things for the person that you're into, or, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be your close personal relationships, just doing little things for them, picking up their favorite treats, picking up their favorite cologne or accessories and things like that. Venus and Cancer tends to put in a rom-comish sort of feel when it comes down to dating. So dating can take an interesting and fun, adventurous, even comedic sometimes tone in a way that's endearing and cute and funny. And so it brings that tone. It also brings in these cool romantic dates. Ideas for great romantic dates come up in this, and doing things you normally probably wouldn't do and going on dates you probably normally wouldn't try, because either they seem too fancy or too over the top. But this is the type of energy that brings in that type of over the top affection, and going to really nice restaurants and going on little dating trips, doing something that connects you guys closer together. This could also be a time where you're starting a new tradition with one another. Cancer has a lot to do with the past, tradition, and nostalgia. So this could be something that you guys are creating with one another. Speaking of the past and nostalgia, because Cancer does rule the past, this could bring up past things within our love life. This can bring in people from the past when it comes to our love life. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes maybe in an unwelcomed way, but a lot of the times we kind of look back to the past with our relationships to see what we want and what we don't want. But also it could bring up situations where something that was unresolved romantically might come back up for resolution. Money-wise, you may not be super spendy right now, so you may be more cautious with your money. You might hold on to your money tighter. You might kind of hoard money a little bit within this energy, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes we have to stack our money. This is a good energy for stacking money. Cancer tends to accumulate, so that's where this would actually be good. Also, going for careers that offer long-term stability and comfort, because Cancer is about comfort. Cancer may not always be associated with career, but when you think about it, Cancer is also looking for comfort, and you need money for comfort. You need money to have a home to live in. You need money to buy those nice things and buy gifts for the people you care about and things like that. So this could be a time where you're looking career-wise to beef up your income and find something that's going to give you more stability. And this brings me to the lower vibration of Cancer. We know that Cancer has a lot to do with fluctuations, and so that's something that we need to be aware of. We need to be aware of our fluctuations when it comes down to our love life, when it comes down to our emotions. We have to be aware of our expectations, so there could be issues where some pettiness might come up if we feel as though our partner's not giving us as much as we need, or we're not getting the attention that we need. Our moods can go up and down if we've been giving and not receiving, which is understandable to be upset about that. However, within this energy, it can be very explosive, and it can result in some petty resentfulness and retaliation as a result. You know, we have to keep our expectations moderate when it comes down to romance. You should expect great things in a relationship and good things, but in a healthy way. So, you know, we have to lower our expectations a little bit within this energy, because our expectations can be a bit high, and then when we don't get exactly what we want, we can be very disappointed and upset, emotionally heavy. And when I say lower expectations, I don't mean lowering your standards. I mean, it could be a situation where you're wanting flowers and your partner brings you flowers, and instead of red flowers, you get yellow flowers and then lose your mind. So you want to be careful with that. And this is what I mean by expectations, unrealistic expectations of a person. Financially, because Cancer deals with fluctuations, you really want to be careful financially, because fluctuations do happen within this energy. This energy ebbs and flows. So sometimes a big windfall can come in, and sometimes it could be depleted. Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon goes from waxing to waning phases. So you want to just make sure that you're being stable with your money. You're not, again, this is not an overspendy Cancer. It can be on the lower vibration when you're dealing with your emotions. So you want to make sure you're not shopping to feel emotionally whole, i.e. retail therapy. Just be careful with that, if your emotions are extreme and then you just start buying stuff. That's not a good thing. It's not good to shop when you're emotional. So this could definitely cause fluctuations with income and finances. And so you just want to be careful with that. But this is a lovely energy. Let's soak this up for every good thing it offers us. That same day, Mars is making a semisextile to Jupiter. So this energy is interesting because it has high levels of arrogance, and opposite of some of the energies we have where our moods were fluctuating and our confidence was down, today is more of a confident sort of day. It's just this weekend is weird like that. This energy in itself tends to cause us to feel so confident we do what we want because it feels good and we kind of don't care what anybody else thinks. You know, that's a great thing, but also it can veer to the unhealthy side, and this can tend to veer to the unhealthy side. With this configuration, it's fun, It's great for releasing tension. It's great for going out and having a good time. If you felt pent up for the last bunch of weeks or days and you're just needing some excitement, this is a lovely energy for that. It's great for, if you channel it correctly, channel it in the right ways in terms of working out, finding fun activities, even like intimacy wise, because we're dealing with Mars, and Mars combined with Jupiter is a high sex drive situation. So sexually, this could be really off the charts on that day, which all of these things are not a bad problem to have, but lower vibrationally, this could be very reckless energy. This could be arrogant. This could be careless energy. This could be doing stupid stuff. This could be being risky relationship wise, dating wise, and doing stupid things with people. Also, just having an overdoing it mentality when it comes to partying and other things. Everything is just very excessive in this energy. And sometimes people tend to get really crazy in this and get into stupid pissing contest. So do your best to avoid people who are trying to one-up you, and just don't indulge them in conversation if you can, because we have more energies to get through on that day. At least the sun is making a trine to Neptune. And even though this is a retrograde alignment, when the sun trines Neptune, Neptune has been in retrograde for at least 20 plus days or so. And this trine is just part of the synodic cycle, and it fully pushes us through that retrograde. But even so, this alignment is great for just connecting with your spiritual side, getting connected with your higher self, doing energy clearings or sound baths, or taking a spiritual bath at home with candles and incense and things like that, connecting with your intuition. This is why psychic energy was on the chart, because we have this Neptune alignment, and so we might feel more intuitive than normal today. And with some of the jittery energy going on this particular day, this could be a great day to just go out in nature and ground yourself. This could be a great day for going to a spiritual shop and picking up some books or getting some crystals and things like that. It's very helpful for that. So try to be as grounded as possible. Neptune is not the most grounded energy, but within this alignment, it's great, and we need it because that same day, Mercury is making an opposition with Pluto. Mercury is coming to the end of Cancer, and we'll be going into Leo next week, and so it is hitting this opposition with Pluto, and this opposition with Pluto tends to be very combative. It tends to be confrontational in a lot of ways. So you could be dealing with people who are looking for an argument, and I always say, don't let anyone bait you into an argument if you have the luxury to. Don't feed their ego. Don't feed their monster. Don't give them any supply. Try to wait for the right moment when things have calmed down, because in this energy, people do get into verbal matches. People tend to be polarizing. People tend to be very extreme in some of the topics they're talking about and what they're saying. This is also the type of energy where people blurt out other people's secrets. This is the type of energy where people are very manipulative. Things tend to get exposed within this energy. And sometimes exposure is a good thing, but at the same time, it's uncomfortable. So this energy in itself could be very stressful. Truth don't always have to be stressful. Sometimes it could be figuring stuff out about yourself. Sometimes it could be figuring stuff out about your family and your friends, romantic partners, and life in general, because Pluto does unearth certain things that we didn't understand or hidden knowledge. So it could be that. And also because, speaking of family, with Mercury being in Cancer and Pluto being in Capricorn, this can bring up situations with familial stuff. This could bring up situations with maternal figures and parental figures. So it's something that we definitely want to look at when it comes down to this. Do the best you can when these energies hit. It is kind of harsh. Sunday's a mixed bag, so hopefully you guys are feeling more of the harmonious stuff than the stressful stuff. So try to ground your energy the best way you can this weekend. Anyway, I hope you all have the best week ever. Later, guys.